In case you missed it, on the Morning Hot Tub with G-Rant and Sherry K.
I hope you guys can stick around for 2 to 3 minutes. I just want to get something off my chest that Sherry afforded me the opportunity to. Talking about this yesterday after the show. I was mentioning something to her and she was just adamant that I had to share the story. And I just, let's just walk this back. For those of you that don't know, okay, so I'm a cancer survivor and that was like a 5-year battle for me. And we wrapped that whole 5 years up with a double stem cell transplant. They shipped me off to Toronto.
Like a newborn baby across from me.
I was like I was in a bed for at least 6 months over in Toronto. And I got to be honest, like years later, looking back, it's almost like it didn't happen to me, right? So I get asked often to speak about that experience, and I'm a big advocate for blood donations because the amount of blood transfusions I received from people all across Canada, I'll never know their names. I don't know their faces. I can't thank them. It was a lot, and I liked public speaking about that stuff. And again, I often get asked to do just that, and I don't do it anymore. And the reason for that is it's really difficult to relive the darkest time in your life again and again.
Yeah.
And again.
Yeah.
It's like this Friday, G's going to talk about his cancer experience. And while it may be very beneficial to the audience, when that wraps up and I walk off stage alone in the darkness, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's really, really brutal. And I go into like a really dark place. So I don't do public speaking anymore on that. So let's walk it back a few years ago where this is my mentality at that point that I don't host cancer related things anymore. I've kind of moved on from that. And people reach out from HSN and they're like, listen, we've got this whole oncology seminar happening, right? So we would like you to come and speak. And I had to think about it. And then it occurred to me in speaking with some of the people that asked me that this is a room full of oncologists and nurses and healthcare practitioners. This is not the typical audience that I get to speak in front of, right? And there are some things that I wanted to address in front of them. The big aspect of it was, guys, they fixed me physically. There's no plan to fix people mentally. And that's not on them because they can't get into my brain.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the whole point of me accepting that gig to host in front of all of these really important medical professionals was to explain to them that please start investing more into the mental health aspect of recovery for cancer patients.
Right.
I don't know how we're going to do that.
Yeah.
But
that was like kind of
that was my experience. It still is my experience. The PTSD is wild. So guys, I'm in this room, okay? And I have this opportunity, okay? So there's so many people that help you along your journey. And there are some that, how do I say this, Sherry, are a little more important to you during that. So I've got doctors and I've got nurses, right?
team.
That you spend a lot of time with, okay?
Yeah.
And one of them, her name's Meagan, okay? And this Meagan, she works in Sudbury, okay? And this Meagan is just the most incredible human you guys have ever met. Now, can I say something drastic like she's responsible for my recovery? No. Was she instrumental in making that entire experience as pain-free and easy as possible? 1,000,000,000%. Did she do things for me off the clock that were probably outside of the realms of her job? 1,000,000,000%. I would argue that she could have been actually more important than the doctors. Yeah? We're all okay. So this Meagan that works at HSN of the utmost importance, okay? So guys, here I am. Okay, let's walk it back to this last hosting gig that I have. All these medical professionals are in front of me. And I start rhyming off these doctors that saved my life, right? I'm Dr. Kamani, and we got Dr. Hansen and Dr. Bedard over in Toronto. And I'm just going off about how important these people were. And then I walk off stage and I realized that I never mentioned Meagan. Guys, to make this worse, Meagan was in the crowd. She was in the audience. And she watched me acknowledge all of these very important people that got me and put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And I didn't acknowledge maybe the most important person in that entire experience.
Meagan.
Her name is Meagan Dubowski.
Yeah.
She works over in oncology at HSN.
Yeah.
And Meagan, if you're listening or if anyone knows Meagan, I've been waiting to say this for you for so long, but
yeah,
I'm just so thankful
for Meagan
that happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, she could have been 20 years old being like, I'm going to be a nurse and having no idea the impact that that's going to have on people's lives later in life. And I'm not sure if I'm here, if Meagan's not at HSN.
Right. And so
So Sherry's over on the board at HSN. What do you do there?
With Neo Kids Board. So this is where we're kind of like, we were talking about this off the air. I said everybody kind of has a Meaghan in their life. So maybe you've been in the hospital and you're about to give birth and there's just this nurse that like you don't think you could have had your baby without her. Or maybe you're at the hospital and you're like, I don't think I could have got through my dad being sick without this nurse there or this doctor. So there's somebody in your life that's like your Meaghan. So we're like, let's give these people like Meaghan and the people at the hospital the best tools possible to make sure that they can do their job. They continue to be the Meaghans.
Guys, it happened often where I needed a material, but they didn't have it, but Meaghan made it happen. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there is stuff that they need to get to do their job that they don't have access to because there's no funding for it. They ran out.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to get to $1 million for our Meaghans at HSN. We want to get the HSN 50/50 to $1 million. So that way they get all the top-notch equipment. And you're like, how do I know where the money's going? Oh, it's all going there. It's on the website. And there's a list of all the stuff that you've bought to already make those Meaghans in our lives better. But we can continue to do this into December with the HSN 50/50. We can get to $1 million, to the HSN 50/50 to $1 million for the Meaghans.
So just to clarify, if anyone has any questions about that, so I can win half of the money and then the other half all goes to HSN equipment for healthcare professionals.
Like Meaghan. The Meaghans of the world. Right? There's so many Meaghans in that hospital that, like G said, you don't know if you would be here without. So we just want to make sure that they have the best tools. And I think like this is the month to do it. Like this is the time to do it. And we can go into 2024 making sure that we have like the best care here. And we can continue to support the Meaghans.
We're going to raise $1 million for the Meaghans.
For the Meaghans. We're going to do it.
The Morning Hot Tub, only on the new Hot 93.5.